50 Cent says that 1090 Jake found paperwork that proves Big Meech allegedly snitched. 50 Cent posted, Tammy Cowan, the truth and nothing but the truth coming soon. 1090 Jake tomorrow, got that paperwork, you know the vibe.
It seemed like he got a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. But, you know, my response, nigga, you. Nigga, that's my daddy, nigga, you.
Cent has a direct mission to expose Big Meech. He is now claiming to have the real documents and to be an official informant. But things have only gotten stranger. Unable to keep quiet, Lil Boy went into the fray and made it clear that he did not like the way Lil Meech was reacting to all of the criticism that Big Meech was receiving.
My dad looked out for a lot of people, and 50 ain't do half. Like, 50 literally looked out for my dad more than the people that my dad gave millions.
Boosie went so far as to say quite plainly that if someone had ever treated his parents with the same disdain that 50 is showing Big Meech, he would have raged. Since Lil Meech decided to physically harm him rather than verbally retaliate at 50, it seems that he obviously got that message. No long posts or angry tirades. Instead, Lil Meech joined forces with two of the league's most formidable opponents, Floyd Mayweather and Rick Ross.
Yeah, you made my son $5 million. How much you made though? So you gonna stop? You gonna stop? Yeah, you made, yeah. You ain't just, yeah, come on.
Put your back against the wall and just slide down. You already know, car show going down June 7th. Get online right now, get your tickets right now. But for the hustlers, I want y'all to understand you gotta stop making business personal.
And sure, those two. You are already aware that 50 would not remain silent about that. He clapped back, shouting out Rick Ross, Boosie, and Lil Meech at the same time. 50 made it known that he had been watching the entire play and would not be watching it passively. But this is the real deal. Does 50 have a valid reason for his emotions? Or is he overreacting to all of this chaos? Additionally, why is he showing off his so-called documents everywhere? Is this the actual thing? Or is 50 just stirring things up? Let us dive right in. To get influence. Big Meech and 50 Cent's dispute has taken a completely unexpected turn. And now 50 is out there claiming to have hard proof that Meech worked with the federal government by pointing to documents as if it were Judgment Day. Man, this is all becoming more and more bizarre by the minute. Big Meech put an end to all of the snitch talk a few weeks ago when he angrily declared that he never folded and never told anyone. Nevertheless, 50 centrifuges to tolerate it. Meech continues to stand by his "I never snitched" claim, but 50 is doubling down more than ever. He asserts that he has authentic court records with dates, signatures, and actual names that show Meech and one of his former co-workers participated in a third-party collaboration agreement. This goes beyond simply pursuing influence online. "I'm ready to show the world my stack of receipts," 50 is yelling from the rooftops.
It seemed like he got a genuine kind of love for 50 on his response. But, you know, my response, nigga, you. Nigga, that's my daddy, nigga, you.
Hayes, you are already aware. 50 wasted no time in making a big statement on social media after one of Big Meech's closest friends became involved in the controversy on Tuesday, February 25th, by posting a screenshot of a 1090 message. Known for revealing everyone's secrets with snitch paperwork, Jake is a YouTuber. What he called receipts were made public. The materials that 50 asserts are based on what 190 Jake allegedly helped him connect, a longtime acquaintance of Tammy Cowan's Big Meech, to a major federal case. There'll be plenty of significant inquiries about how, in his caption, 50 that Meech's prison term had been abruptly lowered if these documents are even remotely authentic. The truth is coming, and only the truth. 1090, Tammy Cowan's Jake dumped. Those papers tomorrow. You know the sensation. It is more than friendship. It was supposed to symbolize genuine loyalty, or so everyone thought. However, rumors are now becoming extremely contentious. According to former BMF member Bleu Dyncy, Tammy might have been playing a double game the whole time, giving the Big Meech gave Tammy the keys to the empire after she arranged key individuals behind the scenes and provided her with inside knowledge. He personally appointed her to lead BMF Entertainment after his 2008 imprisonment, giving her total control over the business and treating her like family. But by 2009, everything had radically altered. Tammy allegedly switched sides and started working directly with the FBI. It becomes much stranger at this point. On the internet, everyone is posting the same pressing query. Has Tammy arrived yet? Collaborating with the federal government prior to Meech's sentence being revoked. Did Meech know about it? Even more bizarrely, did Meech collaborate covertly with Tammy without ever having to sign the paperwork? On the internet, some individuals are now jumping to the conclusion that the 50 purported receipts are irrelevant and don't prove Meech was deceived. When 50 pledges to release even more records shortly, many savvy followers notice something important. Big Meech is never specifically named as an informant in those so-called receipts. Is anyone willing to ignore this? Furthermore, Tammy may have been negotiating and getting him a wonderful time cut, but that doesn't mean Meech was actually sitting down with the feds. This is where the game gets sticky. In the federal government, an informant can honestly reveal information that lowers a person's sentence without the subject ever realizing it. Whether the person who benefited knew about the arrangement or approved of it depends on how much betrayal there was. The game is actually played in this manner. The first approach to receive a break is through a sworn affidavit or a cooperation agreement. An informant will then either personally testify or make statements that directly bolster someone's case. Additionally, if they think the information is helpful, the judge or prosecutors may shorten the offender's sentence by a specific period of time. When such an arrangement is made, the person getting the break usually knows the score, and it becomes official after they receive a signed document. Nevertheless, third-party cooperation is a distant possibility. Dirtier, that's when things start to get very contorted. Through third-party transactions, Tammy and her associates may purposefully or inadvertently give the federal government information that bolsters the case of another individual. The strange element is that the feds have time to change their policies and give the person a deal even if they never met, signed anything, or even understood what was going on. This is the cause of the Meech problem's overall impasse in a confusing gray area. Theoretically, Meech could not have snipped if he did not meet with the federal government in person and did not sign any documents. But there is a big issue that looms over everything. Was Meech aware of Tammy's modest backdoor cooperation that led to a lesser sentence and simply nodded? Or had Tammy been acting impulsively and picking sides behind his back the entire time? Now, 50 Cent is going all out, claiming that Big Meech knew exactly what was happening and even provided Tammy with some private information, which she subsequently provided to the federal government. Hopes it will be when you really take the time to read the documentation. Furthermore, it could be a stretch to label Meech a snitch if Tammy was truly out here on her own, feeding the feds behind Coach's back instead of simply ignoring it. Everyone is being drawn into the chaos of the 1950s, and they are even berating others for not traveling with him, which just serves to support the argument of others. One of the main ones, Boosie, was called out, and the cause of this is that Boosie became agitated after Lil Meech became embroiled in the drama himself. As you can see, Lil Meech texted 50 right after 50 bravely called Big Meech a rat on the internet, exposing the entire Fennery family to criticism. Additionally, that message swiftly went viral online, even though I was the one who introduced you. To Rocket, they just told me that you unfollowed me on Instagram and that you are now managing a skilled kid with him. At the time, Lil Meech texted 50, but you had no idea who he was. This man is unbelievable. I've always been loyal and kind to you even though I have issues. I'm a human and I've never deceived you. Moreover, it wasn't even that awful. Lil Meech also tried to fix the Lil Meech claimed that the initial cause of this chaotic circus, his father's friendship with Rick Ross, was solely about money and had nothing to do with loyalty or betrayal. Ross claims that he gave my dad some bread so that he could pay his bills until the beginning of our next season. You know me? This isn't even like that in real life. Lil Meech went on to tell everyone that the internet is doing far too much, but 50 said he didn't intend to listen to it and told Lil Meech to watch the BMF performance nevertheless. Goodbye. He retaliated with a cold clap. Simply gone, no warning, no second chances. 50 even went off. What season will it be next? Lil Meech's acting career on Lil Ninjas was terminated before it had a chance to get underway. To make things worse, 50 quickly went back online to make fun of Lil Meech for losing his role and to say that his next step will be to appear on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Despite not even coming close to reaching 50, he pretended to be a career coach and was assisting Lil Meech. 50 ridiculed Big Meech and Rick Ross's parenting skills after mocking Lil Meech. make subtle sarcastic remarks about as a father big. Meech discovered some old footage of Lil Meech back when they were dating, hanging out with Rick Ross's daughter Toy Roberts. 50 posted the video and asked why Rick Ross did not step in to help Lil Meech's family during Big Meech's years-long lockup in a blurry description. Following that, 50 more dirt writing flung, "Why did not the old boy see Meech's potential and send him to acting school?" A deafening shriek. None of your folks were doing anything for him out here. You botched it up? Pablo Escobar at that time. When you arrived home, you thought you were the black one. Escobar Pablo. But it didn't stop there. 50 was sure to remind everyone that Big Meech helped the Flannery family earn more than $5 million in genuine finances, and that's why they continued to eat while Meech was in prison. He then wrote, "It is not my fault that all of that money has been lost," and dealt Meech yet another cruel blow. "Give back the baby's jewelry and be truthful." Regarding Boosie 50, he also smoked for him. Bowie disclosed Lillis Meech's text when asked about 50. Without anything in hand, he said he was unhappy with Lillis Meech's handling of the situation. Boosie said that if his father had been dragged in this way, he would not have been calm or polite. He would have been a hit. 50 has always been there for him. It seems that Lil Meech has had enough of being courteous. After all of that turmoil, he was seen standing shoulder to shoulder with two of 50's most ardent opponents, Floyd Mayweather and Rick Ross. That action alone is a statement in and of itself, and everyone knows now how deeply 50, Rick Ross, and Cent had been at odds for 10 years due to back-and-forth insults, taunting, and blatant rudeness. This whole new mess with Big Meech started as soon as Meech got out of prison and became as close to Ross as if they had been friends for a very long time. And don't forget about Floyd Mayweather. He and 50 used to be close, almost like brothers, but their friendship ended badly because of financial issues and personal comments that were too hurtful. The fact that Lil Meech is now laughing with them both shows that this is not a casual get-together at 50. The middle finger is really loud. 50, as you now know, was not going to watch and not give a clap in return. On Friday, February 21st, Lil Meech posted a photo of himself grinning with Floyd and Ross following their enjoyable night at Miami's Lucky Strike bowling alley. However, Lil Meech didn't stop there, releasing another picture of himself and Floyd wearing Meech's red letter, One Brand clothing. After a time of failure, the brand seems to be recovering. Floyd was even given some original pieces by Lil Meech on the position. So he wrote "True power like a shot fired directly at 50" to make sure no one missed the shade in the description. To give a little extra punch. Make sure 50 understood everything, Ross and Floyd joined the call and used the speakerphone to show Big Meech love. Even if Floyd jokes, "I'm gonna send some wings over there," the entire Flannery family smell is over, and that statement said it all. No apologies, no adjustments, and no returns will be made. 50 feels deceived by them, in the worst manner possible following all that they did for Big Meech and Lil Meech. 50 did more than just mention Meech in a few songs. He gave Lil Meech a golden ticket to Hollywood, putting him at the front of the line with a lucrative acting career that is about to take off, and he created the entire BMF empire by telling their story to millions of viewers on television. Next, Lil Meech turns around and starts to stand firm against two of his fiercest opponents, Rick Ross and Floyd Mayweather. 50 is making sure that everyone understands his exact feelings. About his audacious action, the streets and social media are now equally split on this matter. Others argue that the 50s are going too far in revealing personal communications, such as reality TV, and accusing them of being spies without providing any proof. However, despite their assertions that it now seems to be more ego than fact, 50's Day One followers are ardently behind him, arguing that he has every right to feel betrayed and disenfranchised after everything he has done for Meech's family. It is far from over, and this story is getting stranger every day.